Hey class, it is Mrs. Gilling here, and we are going over your Unit 2 project. But before we do, I've got something for you that I like to call the joke of the unit. Alright, you ready? This time it's a picture. Alright, what does an angry pepper do? It gets all up in your face. Get it? All up in your face. All up in your face. There's all up in your pepper in the. Oh man. Fun fact: Mrs. Gilling loves spicy food. Absolutely loves spicy food. You give me spicy salsa, I'll put on everything. Amazing. So I thought this joke was a good one. Hopefully, you did too. Either way, let's move on and talk about your Unit 2 project. So there's two options for this one. Here's the first one. Option number one. What would your day be like if you got up one morning and suddenly found that you had changed in a big way? How would you react if you suddenly became a physically challenged or elderly person overnight? As you go about your day, think about everything that would be different if you were disabled or elderly. What challenges might you face? Write down several things that stand out to you. For example, if you were on a sports team, would you be on that team if you were disabled? Perhaps you would be playing a different sport altogether. Use your imagination to picture a day lived as an elderly or physically challenged person. You will need to come up with the many differences in details in order to have enough material for a good essay. Your paper should be 5 paragraphs long, follow standard essay format. Your essay must have an introduction as the first paragraph, 3 paragraphs in the body of the paper, and one concluding paragraph that ties your paper together. Be sure to correct spelling, grammar, and punctuation before you submit your essay to your teacher. So here's a breakdown of what that would look like. So you're going to start off with an introduction where you pretty much tell the story. You're like, oh my goodness, I went to bed as a 16, 17-year-old kid and I woke up and this is what happened to me. And figure out what you want to have happen. Do you want to be elderly all of a sudden? So instead of being 16, 17, now you're 80 years old? Or do you want to wake up with some sort of a disability? Maybe you're in a wheelchair now. Maybe you're blind. Maybe you're deaf. Maybe your arms don't work. Some sort of a disability or difference. Figure out what that is. Let the reader know what happened, and then give a thesis statement. Let them know, wow, my day is going to be so much different now that this happened. And then list your 3 main points. So let your reader know that you're going to talk about the 3 different things in your day that were really different with that disability or waking up elderly. And then you're going to go into your body paragraphs. You can set this up how you want, but I think the easiest way to do it to make sure you hit the points that you need and to give different examples is to talk about throughout the day. So have a first body paragraph talking about how would your morning be different. Think of your morning routine. What would change about your morning routine if you woke up with that disability or that change? Then think about your afternoon. How would your afternoon be different? Would your job be different? Would your schooling be different? Would it be better? Would it be worse? Think about that. And then your night. How would your night be different? Your nightly routines. And just include as many examples as you can think of. I think this essay is more fun if you really tell a story and you paint a picture using it that way. And then make sure to have a conclusion where you restate your thesis statement. Just remind your reader that, wow, I went through this experience where I woke up and I was disabled. And then just remind them about what your day was like by restating your thesis statement, your 3 main points. And then send it to me. And that's all you got to do. You don't have to do any real outside research for this or anything like that. You just have to really dig deep and think about your day. It might help you to actually, go throughout a day before you write the essay and just ask yourself, what would this task be like if I was in a wheelchair? What would this task be like if I was elderly? And then write those ideas down to help you figure that out. So that's option number one. Here's option number two. So you can watch 2 videos. They're uploaded in the course. They're not found at the beginning like the essay is. They're found at the very end of the unit. So where you would normally turn the essay project in, there is an option to watch these 2 videos, and there's questions underneath that you can answer. So the first video is called A Class Divided. It's about a social experiment that a teacher did many, many years ago during the civil rights movement. You may have heard about it, but it was an elementary school teacher that it separated the students between whether they had blue eyes or brown eyes, and she said that one colored eye was better than the other colored eye, and then you got to see how those students reacted. It's super interesting. And I will warn you that this experiment happened at a very different time in America, a time where there's a lot of racial tension going on, and there's some words in there that are not politically correct and things that we shouldn't say today. But back then, there's terminology that they use fairly frequently. So just be aware of that if you choose to watch the videos. So that's the first video, so you'll watch that, and then there's a few questions that you'll answer, and a short essay question at the end of it as well. Then you'll watch the second video, which is super short. I think it's like 15 minutes long, if that. And it's a crash course video. Those are super interesting and very easy to help you learn things in sociology. But it's called Harriet Martineau and Gender Conflict Theory. So it just talks about the gender conflict theory. You'll do the same thing, answer a few questions based off the video, and then do a short 3 to 5 sentence essay question at the end. So you will do that in a text box if you choose to submit that project, or you can write in a Google Doc or a Word doc and upload it, whichever is easier for you. But again, this one's found at the very end of the unit, in the same place that you would normally turn in your project if you chose to do the essay. This is where you'll see this. If you have questions, need help finding it, let me know. But it doesn't matter to me which one you choose. Whichever one sounds the most interesting for you, I say go for it and give it a shot. But other than that, good luck and let me know if you need anything. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.